When I'm in the studio, and I think once I've done writing and recording the song and I'm listening to it over and over again, it's like for New Rules. I instantly go, I can see the video. I got no rules, I count 'em. I saw a picture which was on Instagram, and it was just like a 80s Versace campaign, and it was Naomi Campbell on the back of Kristen McMenemy. And what I loved was kind of what it represented, you know, girls looking after each other, and that's what I was like, that's how I am with my friends. You know, the people that you would go to whenever you feel like you need some advice. But I'm great at giving advice and terrible at taking my own. And that's kind of how the New Rules video came about. And while I was thinking about pastel colours and the robes that we were going to wear and all the dancing, I was like, I feel like we need flamingos. And so I went into like deep research. How am I going to fit in flamingos? And flamingos travel in flocks. So it made perfect sense, as they actually look after each other too. A song that I heard that changed my life was probably Get the Party Started by Pink. I was quite young, but there was something about it where I was like, oh my God. And that's when I really got into Pink. And I got her Misunderstood album. I would just put the CD on and just listen to it over and over again, take the album booklet out, learn all the lyrics. That was just the way that and writing, and I never really sat down and wrote a song until I was about 14 or 15 years old properly. My dad says that I wrote my first song when I was about 3 or 4. It was more like a funny song, something that I would sing to my mum, where I'd be like, oh, when I grow up, can I wear your dress? And when I grow up, can I wear your shoes? And when I grow up, and they still sing it back to me at some family parties, which is always quite embarrassing. I was always, you know, keeping a diary or writing, you know, my thoughts in forms of poems or essays. And because I had so many notes and little bits written down, that's still kind of how I write to this day, where I take those notes and I go to the studio and I read back the notes, and if I still feel like they're relevant to me today, then I will write a song about it. I'm kind of a sucker for a story, and I tend to change the melody to fit the story so I can get all the words in rather than the melody. Like Hotter Than Hell, which was the song that really kind of changed everything for me, because it was the song that dictated what my album in about a day. You know, some songs take me about 2 hours, 3 hours, some take a whole day, and No Goodbyes was one of those songs that took me quite a while, because I was very much in the moment, and it wasn't something that I was like digging out my memory box, but it was very much my present relationship status at the time. So it felt quite difficult to write about something that felt so fresh. And I felt like I was figuring it out in my head while I was writing it at the same time. I don't do therapy, but I feel like going to the studio is my therapy. I think I've learned a lot about myself, so I feel like I've done a lot of learning on the job. It's been magical and crazy and amazing all at the same time, but I feel like I've grown a lot more confident, especially in myself and my performance, and I'm excited to